a little bit after 11 on Thursday, July 27th. How are you all doing? I decided to create an ad hoc event this week. This will be available for replay as well if you can't attend live. But this weekend, I had a idea to share with you what I have done for the last 21 days to create more joy and more pleasure in my life. I'm a list person, so here's my list. And it's been really instrumental in creating some massive changes in my world. And I'm going to share with you what I have done with my 21 days of gratitude and my 21 up level. And then what I'm going to do for the next 21 days. And you are all invited to do this with me, because when you do this and you focus on more gratitude, everything in your life changes. So with that, I am going to, just going to pull up my notes and we're going to get started. I don't know actually how long we're going to be here. Maybe half an hour. We'll see. Okay. So thank you. So we're going to do one section. Actually, I'm going to post some links in the chat as we talk. So this is a link to my leadership harmony presentation that I did a little bit ago, and you can catch it on replay. And within this presentation is a link to my 21-day up level, which is included in my wellness guide, which I'm going to link right here. I've got the dream bag and the 21-day up level, and then I'll just post these links and then I'll get started. So what did I just do? So that's the link to the wellness guide. And then the last link I'm going to post is a link to my Facebook, where you can watch, you can access 21 Days of Gratitude, the full program on replay. And I'll post a couple of other links after that. Okay, so we're going to get started, and I'll probably splice out some of this other stuff. Okay, hello. So, thank you for joining us. I'm going to be putting this into the Permission for Pleasure Masterclass series, because I am all about creating more permission for pleasure in our lives. And something that has been really instrumental in what I have done is bringing gratitude and appreciation into my world. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to look at what I have done for the last 21 days, anchoring in more gratitude, more joy, more pleasure into my life. I'm going to use that as an example for you to pick and choose and follow if you like. And then I'm going to commit what I'm going to do going forward for the next 21 days. And we'll have another one of these calls in a month or so to see how I'm doing. And for those of you that want to join, see how you're doing. This will be a beautiful space for accountability. And I love that it's 11:11 a.m. as I'm saying this. So in opening, we're going to take a couple of deep breaths and we're going to ground into Mother Earth, because we're so busy and we're always looping in our heads that it's really important to set our intention for where we are in the moment, and to not let previous moments dribble in to the next moment, because that dilutes each experience. And you want to have this beautiful structure, container, using your masculine energy of stability to ensure that this experience that you are experiencing now is beautiful and contained and focused with intention. Okay, so we're going to take a couple deep breaths in through our nose and out through our mouth to just ground us into the moment. And as you do that, I just want you to feel the weight of your feet onto the ground, and just bring stillness and intention to where you are right now, right here, for the next 30 minutes or so. And something else I always love to do before I connect with any of my private clients or any of my group calls is to invite you to set your intention for our time here together today. So the word that I'm hearing right now for myself is purpose. And I love that because my purpose here is to deliver with you what I have done and what I will commit to doing going forward. So just think about the word that you want to anchor in for this live. What is your intention? Okay. So in my private Facebook group, I have a program. It's a free program. It's called 21 Days of Gratitude. And I did this program about 1.5 years ago, and it was amazing. I didn't know what I was dribbling into at the time, but during the course of the 21 Days of Gratitude, and you can access the whole program for free inside my Facebook, there is video lives that are anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. There's a few that are 15 minutes, and then there's daily homework. Super simple, super powerful. And what ended up happening during the 21 Days of Gratitude was I ended up manifesting a $10,000 luxury vacation for free. I was on a lakefront. I was in this beautiful Spanish villa. It was amazing. And so the power of gratitude in combination with your specific visions, your specific manifestations really help anchor in what you want. And what you don't want exits. Okay, so I'm going to share with you what I have been doing for the last 21 days. So I used my template. In my wellness guide, I have 4 sections to my wellness guide. I have how to raise your vibration, how to manifest, dream big, which is your vision, your mission, your purpose. It looks at your long-term and your short-term goals, which is really, really powerful in amongst itself. And then it supports you with the 21-day up level, which is a very simple way to look at your desired areas of growth for mind, body, soul wellness. And it supports you on picking just a small amount of things that you can commit to for 21 days. Because it takes 21 days to create a new habit and to release an old habit. And since doing this with more focused intention, massive amounts of things have shifted in my life. Okay. So for me, I'm a 5-1, which is very structured, very systems. I'm a reflector as well, for those that you don't know. So I work really well in lists. So this is everything. And then from there, I think I probably picked like maybe 5 things that I really wanted to focus on for the last 3 weeks. And so the things that I really set my intention to focus on was creating intentional pauses between my activities. And so I'm going to give you some examples of this. Just like what I did at the beginning here. I had a client call before this, and we closed out the client call. I got up and I took a few moments to move the energy and clear the space. And then before I started this call, I grounded and I set my personal intention. I opened up this call and then I again welcomed you in and set this intention. I used my masculine energy to bookend the journey that we're going to have here together today, which brings presentness, which brings mindfulness, which brings focus. I'm not distracted. My kids are at home. It's summer vacation, so they may come in, but they know that my door is closed. They know that I'm on a live. They know that this is my safe container that I've created. And so before, because I'm a woman, I can multitask, I can do this. Like I never did everything with this deep richness. I always kind of skimmed the surface of doing things. And I always thought I was doing things really good. And I was doing things really good, but I wasn't doing things great. And so as soon as I brought the lens of, I'm going to be more in my masculine, like 1-to-1, I'm going to do one thing at a time. I'm going to stop my multitasking. I'm going to create intentional containers, a beginning and a middle and an end. And I leave and I go to the next one. The stress in my system calmed. The monkey mind stopped spinning. My focus increased. My joy and pleasure in the moment increased because I was in the moment and I wasn't thinking about all the things that I had to do. And I wasn't thinking about all the things that I'd done. Yes, they're still there, but by creating that intentional boundary, that pause, really cleaned up energetically, emotionally, physically. Beautiful. Some other ways that you can do this is I have become very good at removing myself from situations that don't serve. For example, if my kids are screaming, or it's a busy kitchen, or just I can just see the moments slipping and I don't create those breaks. I intentionally back away and I go outside where it's quiet, or I go for a walk or whatever. It just takes 5 minutes. That's my break. But I have the awareness and the mindfulness to know to exit. And that took a long time to practice. And I'm teaching my children to do this, and they're getting really good at this. And then the next thing in preparation for that is you set yourself up for success before the next thing. So this is something I'm talking about with my daughter and my husband all the time. It's what are you doing in preparation for the moment, that intentional pause to set yourself up for success. So in between the client call that I just had, we closed it out. I took an intentional space, cleaned, moved my energy. I went to the bathroom, drank a glass of water, got all the gobbledygook out, and then I grounded and I set my intention. Same thing, like, I say to my husband all the time, like when you come home from work and you go straight from coming home to dealing with the kids to dealing with dinner. Just 1 second. I'm on a video. You have to shut the door right now. Thank you. See? And I'm on a video, honey. Thank you. I love you. And so I would say to my husband, like, you come through the door, like, what are you doing? Well, I'm coming right to the family. Totally understand that, totally appreciate it. But how is that serving you? So now we get to work on, as a family, what are you doing to set yourself up for success in preparation for the moment? So good, because that's filling up your bucket first. And then when you are grounded and centered and your bucket is filled first, you can then serve yourself better with more confidence, more strength and power and trusted leadership. You're going to react less to your environment. You're going to respond more to your environment. You're going to be more compassionate, more kind, more connected, because you're not serving somebody from a half empty cup. So setting yourself up for success before going into a moment, life-changing. Okay. So that was super huge. That is still something that I'm going to continue to committing to, because you can just keep deepening and enriching this so much. And like, I didn't even realize I needed to do this. This is something I've been practicing for years. And this is like the depth and the richness and the wealth of moments that money can't buy. Like even thinking about like getting my little guy ready for school today. I have to still, with intention, pause and stop and soak up looking at him, because otherwise I'm going to miss it like that. Or like looking at my little daughter right now, who's laying on the couch in a mermaid tail, flapping her tail. Like, it's so cute. But like, just to linger and to stop and to soak that up, because before you know it, it's gone. And that is a wealth that money cannot buy. That is a richness and a depth that you can't receive if you're not going slow enough, and if you're not creating these intentional pauses in your day. And when you start to do this, it's like you see them everywhere, and you want more and more and more and more, and it's fucking amazing. So intentional pauses, and if you have to time block these and schedule these, or ask Siri to do it for you, go ahead, because I had to do that. So the next thing I started doing was daily bike rides outside by myself. We have a beautiful lake. And as a mom I have a 10-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old. Moms, you all know, personal time is few and far between. Like, you can go for walks and bike rides, but you're picking up sticks and you're counting twigs and you're stopping every 3 inches. And it's beautiful, but it's not like, you don't get that like runner's high from a workout. And so I go to the gym and whatnot, but I really missed that running and that biking. And so I set the intention that I'm going to start doing this. And it's beautiful because it's marrying the masculine energy of action, of meditation, which is a masculine energy, with the feminine energy of movement. And so it's so therapeutic. I am not going for a workout or therapy. I am going for like meditation to clear my mind. And the byproduct is I am being well as a result. Love it. And this is as a former high-level competitive athlete who had very high achieving goals. Like I'd almost gone to the Olympics for swimming. I played fairly high baseball and volleyball. I look at exercising very different. And I still get the burn, but I also get like the added benefit of just the mental clarity and release. And it's lovely. The next one that I had put on my list, and this is something that I really didn't succeed on as much as I wanted, maybe like half the time, but that's a win for me, was no eating past 8 o'clock. For those of you that may or may not know, I was bulimic for 7 years in my 20s, and I'm an emotional eater. I eat when I'm bored. I eat crap when I'm bored, when my energy is down. And so this is something I have to be very intentionally focused at, being very mindful of. And so this was a big win for me to even just hit 50% of not eating past 8 o'clock. Big win, because I eat when I'm studying and when I'm working and whatnot, and they just kind of go hand in hand. So this is something I'm going to commit to doing. I'm going to aim for 75%, and it's progress, not perfection. And for me, that's a win. I already feel cleaner, better, healthier. I've lost a couple pounds in the last few weeks just from this one shift. So if anybody has any tips on that, let me know. With that, oh, also, and I use Isagenix. I have used Isagenix for, gosh, 10 years. And so that's something I'm going to continue to do going forward, is bring more of my Isagenix in. I keep saying I want to do some cleansing and whatnot. And just time and busyness. There was a few other things that were more priority on the list. I now feel more in a position where I can up level the no eating past 8, and then also bring in some more, maybe 1 or 2 cleanses throughout the month. There's a little bit of weight that I want to lose. So that's something I'm going to be bringing in next month. And I'm going to put this on a list of my commitments. So no eating past 8, and bringing a couple of cellular cleanses in, just to keep me clean, keep me moving, and continue to lose a few pounds. One of the other things that I put some focus on, I've been focusing on this a lot in the last few months, and really, really intentionally this last month, is intentional conversations, specifically with women. If you're in the self-help world like I am, we're always reading self-help books. We're always trying to get better. I mean, that's also me as a 5-1, like always constantly wanting to learn and grow, and like that fills me up. But I've missed and I don't really watch TV as much as I used to. I don't nearly watch it at all anymore, really. And anything I read wasn't really for fun. So I actually started reading romance novels last month, which was amazing. So I'm going to continue to do that, and just soak in like the romanticizing, just bringing more romance and like luxury and pleasure and sensuality into my world. And that's all that feminine energy. And that's also connected to the feminine conversations. And that's why I speak with them together. And it's been really lovely. As a byproduct of it, I mean, I've reconnected with some friends that we've all been going through stuff, and we've had some really, really lovely reconnecting conversations. And it's so important to make sure that that piece of your world is filled up. And as a result, I'm hosting a really incredible event on Saturday. It's a women's leadership circle, but it's all about luxury. Like I'm gonna order food and have it delivered to everybody's home, and it's all about women building their businesses in pleasure, in receiving, and it's just delicious. And as a result of that, I'm hosting something local with a few friends to get together. We're gonna do like a wine tour and some pop-up things, and it's just gonna be really, really delicious. And it's all around receiving and pleasure and just connecting. And I'm really, really excited for that. And apparently I'm gonna be hosting a retreat in the fall here in Vernon. So I've already got, I don't know, like 5 or 6 women just in like 24 hours that say they want to do it. So if you would like to learn more, let me know. Vernon is in the Okanagan, British Columbia, which is like wine country here. It's absolutely phenomenal. And so I'm really looking forward to creating more of these beautiful connections. And this is something I've been cultivating for years. And I've just really wanted to anchor this back in. These beautiful, like, sisterhood, women arm in arm supporting each other, building our Fempires together. And our Fempire could be our business, or it could be our home, or it could be ourself, right? Because we're all a system, we're all a relationship. And building these beautiful, just sacred communities of like, I've got you, you've got me. We're not going to bitch and complain. We're not going to vent. We're not going to just be the victim. Okay, yeah, I'm going to give you 5 minutes, but after that, where are we going? What are we doing? Let's go. Okay, let's build these beautiful, powerful Fempires. Let's build this legacy that we want for ourselves, for our family, for our community. That's the space that I'm connecting into. And it's such a beautiful, beautiful energy. The other thing to add with that is I've had to do a lot of deprogramming from my days in corporate, where relationships to me always had an agenda. Like, what are you going to do for me? And I'm going to be your friend because I'll be able to get a product from you, or you'll be able to, I'll be able to make money from you so I can put food on the table. And these are like super subconscious things. And I've had to do a lot of work, a lot of intentional work, because I love connecting with people, but those are the shadows that creep up when you are disempowered. And that's why it's so important to have your bucket filled up first. So these conversations, I've made sure my bucket is filled up first. So I am going into all of my conversations without attachment, without codependency, in not a state of lack, but in a state of abundance, because you feel that energetic shift because you don't need anything from them. You genuinely want to connect unattached. And the really cool part is then you get surprised on the back end with like the most beautiful things, either in that experience or indirectly in another experience. That's the joy and the pleasure. That's the gratitude that comes when you serve yourself first, you fill up your bucket first, you connect as an actual human, as an actual friend, in the moment, with intention, with presence, with pause, in joy, in pleasure. Again, this is like a wealth that money cannot buy. And I did not know that I needed 5 or 10 years ago. I thought I was doing good, but then I do the work on myself and I realized I'm just skimming the surface of life. This is the depth of life that, like, I cannot get enough of. And it's really, really beautiful. And with that, there's been more celebration and more ritual to what I do. I pause and I celebrate the moments more. I bring more ritual, discipline, masculine energy. The feminine energy of ritual married with this masculine energy of discipline is how you keep moving forward and growing, okay? From a business and a household perspective, I looked at my finances in more detail. And for a long time, like when I was working in corporate, I'd always get a paycheck. It's no big deal. I would make enough. And, I was working for somebody else and I was doing what they wanted. And I was receiving money from them based on their agenda, based on their desires, not what I wanted. And so when I exited corporate a year and a half ago, I really had to learn, like, what was it that I wanted? I knew on a surface, but I didn't realize at the core what I wanted. And so that's been quite humbling. Growing a leadership and consulting wellness business has been humbling and beautiful and empowering and liberating and slower than I wanted and faster than I wanted, but exactly how it was meant to be. And I'm really proud that I've actually doubled my income from all of last year. I mean, I'm still nowhere near where I was in corporate, and that's okay because I'm literally working half as much, but I've doubled my income and I celebrate that. And I've still got a half a year to go. And so I wasn't comfortable looking at my finances because the egoic me was like, well, you're not making what you used to make. And so I committed to looking that square at the face and celebrating how far I have come. And I'm really proud of that. And so my commitment going forward is to still continue to do that. That is my accountability as a leader, as a CEO of my mind, body, soul, my household, my business. That is absolutely number one importance. And with that, the other thing that I'm really proud that I did this last month was I brought a lot of automation into my business. I automated pretty much all of my posts, my emails. I created some amazing email funnels so that I could take my foot off the gas and I could get out of that hustle, get out of that generator, go, go, go. And I could just lean back and come in and out and taste in and out as I wanted. That was a freedom of performing, of hustling, of expectation, of imposter syndrome, of like all this stuff that you don't realize you get caught up in this, right? And so my commitment going forward is to bring more, actually, I think I've got it written down, is to bring more, continue to the automation. I'm moving all of my programs over to from Teachable to my dear friend Charlotte's system, Gold Link Solutions. It's amazing. The messaging, the email, all of that's going to be automated. I'm super excited. And then, so what I'm going to commit to doing for the next 21 days is I'm going to continue with that detachment, that energetic service of ensuring my bucket is filled up first at a deepening level, at a more intentional level, which means I'm going to be doing less throughout the day, but each of those pockets of time are going to be filled up where they're more overflowing. Hopefully that makes sense. I've talked about the automation in my business. One of the things also that I did last month was I went back and looked at all of my offers and I cleaned up the flow and the marketing and the messaging. So I'm super excited. It's super crystal clear. So you're going to start seeing more of that coming from me going forward for my one-on-one life mentorship, The Aligned Woman, for my one-on-one business mentorship, which is Ignite Your Fempire, and for a revamped group program, which is going to combine both in this incredible ecosystem, this harmonious, all-encompassing business system, which is going to hold you just, I'm so excited. This is connected to the agency that I've been building for the last month and a half with my dear friend Meg Zeke. It's called The One Agency, and it's literally a full-service business leadership consulting agency in divine feminine leadership. It's this beautiful, harmonious business model of giving and receiving and in balance and in harmony. And it's just been so divine. Like we've marketed this to 3 women, and 3 women have worked with us. And all three women were an instant yes. And it's just been like this beautiful conveyor belt of like, why wouldn't I want to do this? And so this is part of the big vision, which then continues to serve down all the little pieces that I'm doing. That's my commitment to myself, is to continue to build and structure and strengthen this vision in partnership with the one-on-one space that I continue to serve. And both of those go hand in hand with the automation that I'm creating, so that I'm not in my business, but I'm out of my business. And so I can be more potent with my time and my energy, and more expansive and activating with my vision, and connect with the right people that are ready to do the work, that are ready to walk arm in arm with me, like those women that don't want to bitch and complain, but that want to change the world, but are actually changing the world. So continuing with the focusing on filling up my cup energetically, I'm going to continue with romanticizing my world, just swimming in romance and luxury and that beautiful feminine receiving. And that's a practice for me because, like, I'm a mom, I got 3 kids, I'm running a business, I'm used to go, go, go. And I have a lot of masculine energy in me. So this is something I have to be very intentional with. But I know when I do this, there's more balance that comes into my space, and I feel more solid, more at peace. My stress goes down. My joy and my pleasure go up. So that's my commitment to myself. I'm going to continue to not work after dinner. I'm going to continue to not eat after dinner. I'm going to continue to read my romance novels after dinner. There'll be more specific, because I'm a specific manifester. So I'm going to continue with more specific manifestation rituals and practices. That's going to be like the first business meeting of the day, and multiple business meetings throughout the day is the energetics. I've been attuned in Reiki, so I'm going to bring some more of that back in and just play in that and kind of see what comes forward. But that's like the filling up my cup. That's my number one priority this month, because it's really served me last month. So I'm going to keep doing that. And then from an income perspective, my goal financially is I'm going to double my income. But the way I'm going to do it is half of that is going to become passive, and then half of that is going to be growth. And I'm super excited for what's to come with this. So I'm going to pop in to see if there's any questions. Oh, hello. I know, I'm so excited for Saturday. It's a bit of an experiment, and I'm really, really excited because we are going to, I used to host these feminine business leadership circles and they were amazing. But this time I'm like, why can't we bring more romance and more luxury to what we're doing? And, like order food and like treat it like a retreat in your home. Like pretty much everybody that I've reconnected with over the last couple of years has been in different parts of the world. And they're amazing women. And so until we can physically meet in person, we're going to bring more luxury to our business meetings. Like I wish that we had this in corporate. Like I'd said, go to your favorite restaurant, tell me exactly what you want me to order. I'm going to order it for you. It's going to be delivered to your house. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to set this all up. You're going to be taken care of. And we're going to have a business planning and strategy session. And it's going to be amazing. I'm so excited. We're going to do this again in August, August 31st. I'm going to be doing this through the summertime special. I'll drop a couple links here. This will be a close to the summertime special that I'm doing with Meg Zeke in her program. And the summertime special is really, really beautiful. It is, it's $111. And you get access to, I think it's 20 coaches, and they each do 2 sessions a month, 2 60-minute trainings a month. So you could have shamanic healing, you could have life and business coaching, you could have email automation, human design, leadership. I'm trying to think what else we had, breath work, Reiki. It's amazing. And it's $111. It's like going to a gym and getting the all access pass. And so what's going to be included in that from my perspective is we're going to do this brunch that I'm hosting this Saturday. There's a couple of spots left. It's $100. I'll drop that link. So we're going to do it again August 31st as a closure, the same experience. And then I'm also going to host my leadership harmony presentation, which is all about how to step into your leadership more powerfully, more impactfully through harmony and balance by understanding how masculine and feminine energy work, by trusting your self-leadership. And then what we've done today with this Create Your Schedule is also part of that. And so you've got the link to the wellness schedule. So, oh my gosh, I was just thinking, I got a bit distracted. I want to make sure I've missed everything. So that's what I've done. This is what I'm doing. You've got my Facebook group. So 21 Days of Gratitude is located inside my Facebook group. It's free. It's the journey that I did about 1.5 years ago. You are welcome to journey that with me for the next 21 days. And then we can meet again and see how everybody has done with your intentions, your 21-day up level. You have access to the wellness guide, which is Dream Big and 21-day up level for free. And those go hand in hand with what we're talking about today. We have the Saturday brunch that we're hosting at 11 a.m. Pacific. That's $100 to join, and you get $50 of that goes towards ordering your food, which is amazing. And then we've got the summertime special, which is $111 for the month of August, and you get access to 20 coaches plus the 2 sessions that I'm going to be hosting. And I think that's probably it. And we're going to do this again next month. So as we close this out, this was a bit spur of the moment for me, and I love this. This feels really good because this holds me accountable as well. And I want to say thank you for sharing your space with me. And this will be available on replay. And if you have any questions, let me know. And what is one word that you would like to use to anchor your time today? Before we close, what is one word that is coming to you that you're going to carry forward for the next 21 days. So the word for me is pleasure. Oh my God, I love that. So my commitment to myself is anchoring my intention, my intent to give myself permission to receive more pleasure in all areas of my life. And I'm really excited to share with you in the next 3 weeks where that has surprised me. As a reflector, I know I'm in my flow when I'm receiving surprise. So I'm more than happy to receive pleasure in the most surprising ways. So with that, if there are any questions, you can let me know. And if not, I will see you another time. Have a beautiful day. Oh, luscious. I love it. Hello, Claudia. Hi, Meg. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys have a great day. Claudia, Meg, I will see you on Saturday. And yeah, give yourself permission to receive pleasure. I love you.